Mamukalashvili at the sideline for Georgia. They need to win by 19 or more. Philippines win and they're in. They're gonna win the group if they win as well. Fourth quarter tipping off. Thomason with the early drive. Oh, and Aguila met him up high. It remains with Bitadze. Oh, it was nice D by Aguila, but the foul called.
Got no fear that Georgia will score and get points because the Philippines are sitting in this zone. How they get them is important. But they need stops. They need stops now. They need them quickly. They need some momentum. They need to build some sort of margin to make the Philippines worry about the scoreline. At the moment, they don't have to worry about the scoreline. They're up, in this instance, they're up 18 points.
So Bitadze makes both a much improved performance from his last game.
Yep.
17 points now for him.
It's too easy. The pass is too easy.
Here's the man, Justin Brownlee, 26 points already. A dish, but it didn't work out. Ochkikidze read it perfectly, and Sanadze can go on the fast break. Foul called.
Absolutely ridiculous thing that off Tana did. All that Thomason was doing was like slowing up. He didn't actually block him. He knew what he was doing. And Oftana just pushed him. In many ways, it is an unsportsmanlike foul because there's not a basketball action. They wouldn't call it that way, and nor should they, but Thomason asked for it. But what they've got is the 2 plus the ball back, which is a great, there's already 4 in the game. They score this time, it could be 7. And then the scoreboard becomes a bit of a pressure factor on the Philippines.
So baseline ball for Georgia. Bitadze.
I do have to say why. Pass.
Aguila waited for it perfectly.
There's the shot that we all over the websites, the social media, and the papers and business. The veteran, the captain, throwing it down to possibly help them get to the semifinals.
Cuts the margin to 2. And he got a crucial hand in there again, Japeth Aguila. He's stepping up in this final term. Justin Brownlee stepped up all game, and all last game as well. Perez there to help him on that occasion.
These are big minutes for Perez because he's giving Newsom some much needed time on the bench.
Brownlee for 3.
Oh, they dodged the bullet. Why leave him wide open?
He's been on fire, not just tonight, but against Latvia as well. Sanadze. Bitadze, another rebound. Falls short. Tamayo with some pace. Backs himself to go, and he gets it! Stepping up nicely in the absence of Kai Soto.
Oh, yeah.
Soto copied that knock in the second period. Haven't seen him back since. Sanadze. Perez can put them back in front. He sees Oftana up ahead, and oh my word, Sanadze!
Called the foul.
I think so, yeah. Very heavy hit from Duda Sanadze. Came with force, hit the arm on the way through. So Oftana's gonna head to the line. We love that look from Aguila. The captain stepping up to the moment. Slamming it down.
Wow, you're 37 years old. You got a chance to do something your country's never done. What a big moment for him.
Oftana makes the first one. And we didn't see much of these bench players the other night against Latvia, but tonight they're stepping up. You've got Tamayo playing some really big minutes. Oftana's had a big stint. Perez now finding himself some rhythm and some form. It's good signs for them.
Absolutely right.
Androni Kashvili and Thomason. The 2 guards sharing it around. Shengelia back on. Thomason. That's a nice look.
absolutely got to get stops, though. They've got to get stops, and I just don't see the urgency at this end of the floor. That's going to give him a shot at getting back in it.
Perez confronted by Andronikashvili. Oh, finds himself free on the baseline and makes no mistake.
CJ Perez. See, he doesn't only make the threes on the buzzer, takes it to the ring and finishes.
Yeah, he's like, hey guys, I score at start of quarters, end of quarters, whatever you want me to. Shagelia, nice look. And Mamukelashvili there to clean up on the boards.
Wow, he cleaned up the mess there. That's a huge rebound, but it's this end. I'm going to sound like a continuous tape recording here. This defense is not going to get you a run. There's only 6:40 to go. Time is already your enemy.
A bit too heavy there from Shagelia. But it's a bit of intent. One point separates these two teams. Tadze coming back into the game. Sanadze's been pretty good with his minutes, it must be said. 10 points, Judah Sanadze. So Thomason's arguing the case here.
They called it on...
They called on him, didn't they? So he's saying it's not his foul.
Yeah, the trouble being if they call it on Sengalia, he goes to 3. Yeah, I think the table got it wrong, not the referee.
32 and 23. Easy to get confused.
Oh, now you get after the passing lane. Again, it's an easy catch.
And Brownlee's the one catching it as well. It's not what they want. Not what they need.
Oof.
Oh, Aguila nearly went flying again.
I think Aguila needs to come back to... I'm 37. 37 now. The option was a good option. Just the execution gave him no chance.
Listen, brother, I'm not jumping that high anymore. Maybe one day, but not today. Oh, good hands by Brownlee. Kimball getting some nice minutes now. Brownlee, the only starter out there for the Philippines. Mamukelashvili played good there. Oh, and again the active hands. It somehow keeps with Sandro, and he finds himself going all the way through. Mamukelashvili with one to come after this beautiful drive, splitting all 3 Philippines defenders. Athletic move from the San Antonio Spurs big man.
The question for Coach Cohn is, he's only down 3. He doesn't have to panic, but he doesn't want to let any momentum build for Georgia before he brings back Fajardo, before he brings back Newsom, before he gets Ramos back in the game. It's how long does he let these? How long does he let the bench eat up time?
Ramos sitting on the bench waiting to come on. Aguila can't make it. In and out action.
Chance to get it to 7.
Mamukelashvili. Philippines ball. So there is the change. Fajardo on, Ramos on. Coach Cohn says the time is now. Newsom still sitting on the bench. Nice set, a nice stint from Japeth Aguila.
Yeah, I just love, you see your veterans, your players have been there. They'll do whatever it takes, and that's all he's doing now in this stage of his career. He'll spell people, rebound, and the big finish, the highlight that they're going to look at in the Philippines.
Oh, Thomason. Is that his 4th?
That will be his 4th now, yeah. But they're not trying to make anything happen with their defense until they get into the half court. 5 minutes to go, you're up 4. It's not beyond the realms of, you can get a run here. They've had runs in this game, but you're not going to get runs just trade in and go in half court. Not against the Philippines the way they're playing with the basketball at the moment. They always have a release. far too often that's Brownlee, and you'd have thought they'd been all over Brownlee.
Kimbao to Perez. Brownlee providing the screen this time. Can he roll and get it back?
Oh.
Here he is. They've left him some space, but he was in two minds. Ramos, corner. No money. Androni Kashvili. Mamukalashvili. Thomason. Sanadze. Goes through heaps of sets of hands, and it ends up with the right man. Big time three from Duda Sanadze. His 13th point for the game. That's his third triple. Perez now driving against the two bigger guys and makes no mistake.
His first step was so quick. Did a great job at cutting across the defensive player just to get him on his back. 2 penetrations for him. He's finished it every time.
So the Philippines fans finding their voice in the arena. I'm sure they're all finding their voice at home as well. Sanadze. Batadze, the second time round, he gets it going. He's such a big presence under the rim.
Absolutely.
So hard to stop. So they've opened up a nice little buffer here. 90 plays 83. 19 points and 9 rebounds for Bitadze, verging on the double-double territory. Perez gets an open look, knocks it down! Massive from CJ Perez!
And Brownlee just milked every second of the shot clock, drew the help, gave it to the open player. They've already got the bonus of taking 24 seconds, and then they top it with the 3.
It's a bit of loose hands from Georgia, but Mamukalashvili caught in 2 minds, and he loses it. Momentarily gets it back. This is good pressure from the Philippines. Shot clock expires, Kimbao ahead. Androni Kashvili fouls, maybe unsportsmanlike. They'll have to have a look, potentially.
The representatives of the Philippines Federation in front of us believe it may well be, but I would say he was coming from in front of him.
Yeah.
The way the interpretation is, I'd be very surprised. They're not even going to look at it.
Yeah.
I think the phrase, that's just part of the game.
Yeah.
Well, 3 minutes to go in the 4th, and Gigic takes his last throw of the dice.
He's going to do it now.
Well,
Well, it's not going to be the 1, it's not going to be the 19 or more points, but a win.
Well, you say it can't be. Obviously, they're going to make the 2 free throws if they do this back to 2, but they haven't at any stage in the last few minutes changed the way that they're trying to get this. And in some ways, they went up 5, and they think, oh, okay, 5, we're not far off, but they were never, unless they changed what they were doing defensively, scores are tied at the end of 3. There's no way they were going to get enough stops to generate a 19-point lead playing the way. And most importantly, whenever they needed a release on the pressure, Brownlee was the man that comes up open, because there's people just allowing him to bump back to the ball. Yeah, he makes good cuts, but he's not having to make 2 or 3 cuts. It's just, you can't say enough great things about the way the Philippines have dealt with this game, because down 14-0, one of their stars has to sit out. Coach Cohn makes a change to the zone, and he has lived with that zone since he's gone to. He's not shown anything else. And he's worked it out that, yeah, they were going to make some 3s. They're just not going to make enough.
Saw the good work of CJ Perez on the screen. 9 points, 4 from 4 from the field. Made a massive impact coming off the bench, and that's what we were talking about. It was mainly the starters for the Philippines against Latvia carrying the team, but now Coach Cohn's got the luxury of giving his starters a bit of a break and seeing what his bench can do, because he's going to need everyone come the semi-finals.
Absolutely. Whoever he plays out of the other group is going to be a hell of an ask for the Philippines.
Mao misses the second.
But they're not there yet. They're not there yet. There's still 3 minutes to go against a team that can score quickly. But the scoring quickly is not their issue.
Thomason. Tadze came way over the top, but went right past it. Ramos, it's in the right hands. Perez, speaking of the right hands, knocks down another triple. His 100% streak keeps on going. Back-to-back threes for CJ Perez. 1 point ball game, 2.5 minutes left. Sanadze goes inboard. Brownlee with the boards, he can put his team back in front. Kimball has a look. I don't know if that was the right one. Use up some shot clock, get your mates involved.
That's what the book says. The book says you're down 1. You only got to lose by 18, and you don't take a shot after 2 seconds on the shot clock. That's what the book says. Hey, but the Philippines are rewriting the book.
Absolutely.
The first time they won an Asia Championship, the first time that they've beaten a European team, the first time they've won a game at Olympic qualifiers. Well, they're in the semi-final. That's the first time in an eternity they've been there. Why stop there? Why not be the first time they've qualified? Why not make everybody in the Philippines excited, you know? They will be anyway. There's no one going to bed.
No.
That's for sure.
Absolutely.
No one going to bed in the Philippines. Absolutely for sure. And you know what? The guys here, they'll be telling people they were here for years. Because this is a special moment. They've got to close it out, 2:20 to go. Maybe at some point you might see Georgia press up the floor. Maybe at some point they might try and run something to get quick shots and forget that it's a zone. But we haven't seen it for 38 minutes, so what we saw in the first 10 was just a team that can play defense and can play quick and can force errors. They haven't shown that for the rest of the game.
Big 2 minutes 20 coming up. It's a 1 point margin between these two teams. It's been a cracking game. Both teams have had the momentum. Who wins it from here? Thomason, Bitadze, Mamukelashvili with the slam. Puts his team up by 3. 26 points. Whoa, Bitadze comes up big. A chance of back-to-back buckets for Georgia. It gets slapped away. Now Brownlee has a chance. Perez, he's been on fire.
He has 12 points. He's only played 15 minutes. He hasn't missed. Just doing a job. What a job.
Incredibly efficient, CJ Perez. Sanadze from the corner. Fajardo with the rebound. Philippines can retake the lead with less than 2 minutes to go in this game. Ramos and Perez.
It's important for the Philippines to win.
Wow.
Offensive foul. I don't know if, we'll ask him in the press conference perhaps, but winning here could give them a semi-final against a second-place team from the other group. Likely, let's just say likely, probably that would be Montenegro. And we've seen how they deal with that style of play because they've dealt with it here. Would they want to try and beat Brazil? I think they'd rather try and beat Montenegro.
Andronikashvili, Thomason. Shot clock down to 5. Less than a minute left. Oh, big time bucket from Thomason off the bank. What have the Philippines got left? Down by 3, 43 seconds left. Brownlee's been the one this whole tournament for them. Bitadze giving him grief. Brownlee finds a way in.
Tough, just tough. Capital T and everything on it, exclamation mark. It's just tough. It really has. With Soto out the game, he has carried his country, or his adopted country, to the brink here. He's got him over the line. If he gets the win, that'll be a real icing on the cake. There's enough of a differential that they can get the win here still.
Bitadze loses it. It's gonna be a foul.
The one thing Coach Cone doesn't want is overtime.
Yes.
Absolutely doesn't want overtime. He's guaranteed, at this point in time, he's guaranteed a semi-final spot. He doesn't need an overtime. He needs to try and get the win in normal regulation, and he does not want to go to overtime.
Tadze gets the first. Georgia up by 2. Shengelia can only watch now.
If he makes this, I would walk it off if I was him.
And just rattles in.
Well, his alternative is try and get a quick 2 and a foul and a 2, but he can't. Surely he's not going to go into overtime. Surely he's not going to come down the floor and take the 3.
Very interesting battle playing out now. 14 seconds left. Do you go for the overtime? Do you go for the 2? Always play to win, you always do, but
I mean, it goes against everybody's like normal mentality to try not to win, but he's got a tired team. He's without Kai Soto. Fajada's going to have to play a load of time in the semi-final. There's too many reasons not to go to overtime and take the. You're going to have to beat Brazil or one of these teams at some point. So whether you beat them in the semi or the final is neither here nor there. Only one team gets out of the group. But the likely scenario, if they won the game, would be they would win the group. Latvia would have to play Brazil in the semi-final. If Latvia win that, well, they know they can beat Latvia. It'll be a game that they'll go into with confidence. Latvia will play better. I really don't know, and I would say I don't think they can beat Brazil. But then again, we said they couldn't beat Latvia. So, well, I did, but you were far more sensible on that one.
And don't forget, Brazil still have to overcome Cameroon tonight. Yeah. We know Cameroon gave Montenegro a bit of a scare. They pushed it to the brim. So,
yeah, assumptions definitely is not the thing to make here.
It's hard. We saw New Zealand beat Croatia last night in the other group. They're
going to take the ball on the baseline. I hope he's going to come down the floor and just walk it off, or he's going to try and lay it up really quickly. They look like to me they're walking it off. Well, put it this way, Brownlee's not in the game. They're walking it off.
You've called it.
Well, maybe they're not walking it off.
Ramos to Perez.
They're walking it off.
Yeah. Please don't take the 3.
Well, Georgia have done the thing to win the game.
They've committed a foul. 2.8 seconds left. Still a 3-point margin.
It really goes against everybody's like inner culture and whatever to say, well, I'm not going to try and win, but there's a bigger prize here.
So shots to come for Newsom. Haven't seen him play much of this 4th period at all.
Yeah, first minutes in the 4th.
Gets the first one to roll in. 2-point margin.
He sticks it on the ring. Georgia could knock it into the own basket. That would tie the game. Oh, and he missed it. He tried to do it and missed it.
Oh, my word. It's exactly what you said might have played out. And everyone in the stadium's in disbelief at what just happened. But it's a win for Team Georgia, but also a win for the Philippines, because Georgia needed to win by 19 or more to get through. So the Philippines booked their spot in the semi-final. Butanza can't believe what he's just done. It was a really strange finish to this game, but at the final score from Riga is Georgia 96, Philippines 94.